Hi there. Sex and Care Cafe number 4. This is Bartleby Ross.
Eve Monique, welcome to our hangout.
So today we are going to be talking about sex toys. Sex toys, yes?
Or no?
Or no. Recent statistics indicate that more than 50% of American women are now using vibrators or have used a vibrator. And that is a huge increase over the last 3 years, really. I think since the 50 Shades of Grey phenomenon happened, and that book has been read in many households now around America. So vibrators are on the rise, but what about the other 50%? And why are they not using sex toys, Eve?
I think it has to do with the part of repression, guilt, shame. And if you have, like for instance, if you grow up as a child and sexuality is a taboo, nothing gets discussed, you have a particular feeling around it. And if you grow up, it continues to be like that for you, if you're aware of that or not. It's like programming since you were little. And if you have like what your parents have going on around sex, that's the root of what you have going on around sex, because it's what you've learned. Don't you think?
I see. So you're saying that it goes like from generation to generation. It's basically the same attitude towards sex.
Yes, and like as a child, if you have parents with a lot of discomfort, that discomfort gets almost taught to you. So as an individual, you can, it's again about becoming more aware of how you are inside of yourself around sexuality. What have you been taught?
Okay, so as regards sex toys then, so...
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously 50%. Okay, they're saying 50% or more of women have now used a vibrator.
Yes.
So they have somehow broken the mold. They are what? They are more accepting of masturbation and then...
Yes. Masturbation with using a vibrator with a partner. I've used vibrators myself, periods in my life and ongoingly in different ways. Like if I have no relationship, I love my vibrator because I can take care of myself. I'm not getting all bungled up by not having sex or not having an orgasm. And it's a nice way to feel penetrated. It's a nice way to come. It's a nice way to give yourself that release when you don't have a partner. And then I've used sex toys with my partners or partner and use it as an addition. But then there's again the guilt and shame thing, like even with yourself, masturbation. What do you have going on with masturbation? What do you have going on of discomfort with your partner that you say, hey, I would like a vibrator in our play together because it works for me a bit better.
This brings up a question. Do you always come when you're using a vibrator?
I think for myself, it is like, how am I in the mood? If I'm stuck about my finances in my head, I can use a vibrator for a long time and not feel much because I'm not in the mood and I'm not in a let go state. My mind is stuck somewhere. I'm worried, I have a lot going on, and I'm not really into sexuality. And then the result is, for me, very different than when I'm already like a little, excited and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a nice release tonight. Then it's much easier because I'm not stuck anywhere in my mind or in myself. And so...
Hey, this is really good. So you're making me understand that foreplay is really super important. Because if you're not in the mood, and I'm having sex and I want you to have an orgasm. I mean, if you're saying you can't even have an orgasm yourself with a vibrator if you're not in the mood.
It takes much longer. It's just sometimes I'm going to stop because it's not happening, And then it's because of my mindset, or I have something else going on that I actually need to deal with inside of myself so I can be ready to have a sexual exchange with myself.
Wow, this is important news, Eve. So we were talking about sex toys and how some people are using them and some people are not.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're saying it's, again, like we do at Sex and Care, we see that the mind and the mindset of the man and the woman is absolutely vital for them to have a very sexually fulfilled life, right?
Yes.
So now we have got a lot of women that somehow they have such a whatever taboo or stigma towards sex toys that may be related to something, a repressed feeling or some kind of conditioning that they had as a kid, that maybe masturbation is bad and therefore sex toys are bad, masturbation is dirty, so sex toys are dirty.
Or my husband, I don't want to insult my husband because I come better with my vibrator than in intercourse, which is a normal thing for women. A lot of women need the clitoral stimulation to have an orgasm. So then when you are having a little bit of a hang up to talk about it because of your upbringing or of what you've been taught and how you hold your own sexuality in yourself and how you can bring it up to people, then that's also in the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask.
It's pretty complex.
Yeah, it
you
is
know?
pretty complex. I'm starting to understand that the whole picture of sexuality actually is pretty deep-rooted and pretty complex.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you these two questions. First of all, why do you recommend women to use sex toys and vibrators and the like?
Because it's a great tool, and because clitoral stimulation is important for orgasm. And the goal, and I don't want to put any goals into sex because there's a lot of nice things to do with it. Works better without a goal for me. And but it helps with getting a release, getting an orgasm. It helps just to play. For me, it just is an addition. And I don't want to be dependent on my vibrators either, you know, so there's other ways to go about that too, you know.
Right. Okay. Well, the second question, and maybe this is going to be for next time, but what do you think about this? If I'm as a woman, you as a woman, realize that you are like shut down in some way, that you do have a lot of judgments or whatever about masturbation, say, and sex toys and certain ways of having sex, and you recognize that that is true. Okay, I am hung up here. I'm hung up in this area. What do I do about it?
Yeah, what you, I think this is worth a whole other hangout because that's quite a journey to talk about. But I think becoming aware, like if you want to use a vibrator with your partner and you're afraid to bring it up, you have to become aware that it's something inside of you that has somehow an issue. And you can look like, why do I feel this discomfort? Why can't I just talk about it? Why am I ashamed to masturbate with my vibrator in front of my husband? And why, you know, why can't I encompass it in the whole interaction?
Yeah.
And what is going on inside of me about it?
Right. That's a turn on for me, that's for sure. Hey,
yeah, it's fun to do, you know.
Yeah. Sounds like
no limitations.
We need another hangout on this subject, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to close this one for now.
Yes.
And say thank you.
Yeah. And have sex with care and come to our next one.
And we'll be continuing the conversation there. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.